Hey, good day, folks. It's June 14th, 2023. Andre reporting for Mountain Roots Gardens here at one half of our farm plots. This is at our home property in Fergus, Ontario. I want to give everybody a quick update as to what we got going on, the setup, and how things are going. So far, we've got about 66 tomato plants transplanted. And these are all Mountain Magic tomatoes. It's a great strain that we grew last year, and this is all that we're growing this year. They are crack resistant. They produce a medium grape size tomato that is very sweet, and people that tried them absolutely love them. So this is all that we're growing this year, because last year we grew beefsteaks as well, and pretty much all of them cracked, and we couldn't bring them to market. All we could do was make preserves with them, make sauces with them, and we found that these were fantastic as whole tomatoes, or to make preserves or sauces. So we decided to only do Mountain Magic this year. So we've got about 66 tomato plants, pardon me, that we got planted here. And they're fruiting already. I'm excited about that. They're indeterminate variety, so they'll produce all season long until it gets frosty, and they'll definitely be touching the poly. We're probably going to have to be tying these to that middle strapping there just to keep them from falling all over the place. And right between the tomatoes, we've got basil and marigolds intercropped, and our plan is to cover the surface of these all these beds here with like lettuce and bunching onions like I have on the side over there. We want to cover the whole entire surface of the beds and utilize all the space, maximize the potential of this hoop house. Plan for the middle, I've seeded some cucumbers. I've got an English cucumber variety and a pickling cucumber variety. For every one English cucumber, I've seeded 2 pickling cucumbers. Reason being is that we're going to be focusing more so on the preserves, and we can preserve those pickling cucumbers. So that's what we've got going on here in the hoop house. Tomatoes are tied off with this tomato tape, which is stretchy tomato tape. It doesn't cut off the circulation of the plant as it grows. So we're a big fan of that tape. Drip lines, you turn on 1 hour in the evening, 1 hour in the morning. And these drip lines are connected to an automatic timer. Simple setup. Show everybody the timer right now. The tomato plants are looking nice. So this is the timer. So we got a main line that's connected to our water source, and then a sediment filter and a digital timer that you can adjust according to your schedule, and you can change it for every day of the week, however you like. Well, this is the hoop house setup. It's a lasagna bed setup, and for those who aren't familiar with the lasagna bed setup, it's essentially you lay cardboard down on your grass, and you soak the cardboard. It acts like a carbon layer. Worms come around, they eat it, disintegrates after a while. Blocks out the weeds as well. Afterwards, you lay your beds, so we recommend at least 1 foot of compost high, and we do 30-inch wide beds. And in between the beds, we've got our wood chip pathways. We did the wood chipping ourselves. The farmer that we rent the land from up north in the town of Durham, he had a bunch of pine trees that were cut down, and he was cool with us chipping those pine trees. So that's all of our work. These wood chips. We chip the wood chips ourselves. Rented a wood chipper for a day. Cost about $800, and just spent the whole day chipping trees down. Just Jasmine and I. And So that's the hoop house. Got the hoop house from Dubois Agriculture. It's a great market gardener supply store based out of Quebec, Ontario. First year was challenging to set up the hoop house. Second year was a piece of cake. Just like most things, first time around, it's a little difficult. And once you get the hang of it, it's pretty straightforward. This is a trucker hitch knot, I believe they call it. It's a great knot. I highly recommend it if you want to tie down your hoop houses. And over here, we've got our raised beds that I built out of recycled pallet wood. They are once again filled with compost. In this bed here we had beets growing, but they all got burnt. I'm not exactly sure why, so we replaced them all with bush beans, and the bush beans are producing already. So these are all going to be full with nice yellow beans soon. We've got some parsley and cilantro growing on the sides, marigold, a little bit of peas. I'm going to be setting up a trellis for the peas to climb up, some potatoes for ourselves, and some mint. Mint's looking lovely. So that's the setup that we got here. In this bed here we had some mesclun mix growing. It's still growing. However, we just harvested it this past Saturday for the market, and now we're just waiting for it to regrow. It's a cut and come again. We're just going to let that regrow. Still got a bunch that's ready for us to enjoy some solids with. And that's the setup for the outside. 2 raised beds. They're about 4 feet wide, 10 feet long. That's the tunnel. Everything's looking nice and healthy. And soon it's going to be a jungle, tomato jungle in there. And now I'm going to take you into our nursery. Got a shade cloth on top because it gets super hot in there. Even with the shade cloth, it gets like 36 degrees. Just going to turn off this fan so everybody can hear me. Alright, so this is the hoop house. I also have a raised bed and a mini hoop house built out of PVC and poly. And what we got in here is some ginger. Because ginger requires a warm tropical climate, we decided to plant them in here for the summer, and it looks like they're turning out great. There's some new gingers coming up, and everything's looking lovely. It's kind of mind-blowing. So this is kind of replicating a tropical climate. The original reason I built this hoop house was to grow produce in the winter. It wasn't that successful. It still was too cold in here and there wasn't enough sun. So, you know, we turned a problem into a pro, and we used the same raised bed to replicate a tropical climate in the summertime. So Jasmine had a great idea to plant gingers, and I'm glad she did because they're working out great. We've still got some tomatoes here that need to find a home. We're looking for a plot to put them in. We have some limited space, seeing that we rent here, and we don't have too many beds available at our rented plot up north. They're all occupied. We might just replace the kale up there with some of these tomatoes. Over here we got some jalapenos that are coming in nice, and even though they are growing well, they're not growing as well as the William Dam seeds. So another plug for William Dam. They have fantastic seeds that have great germination rates and produce great vegetables. These seeds we got from a random farmers market around here, and it may be okay, but I find that the stems are kind of thin, so we'll see. We'll plant them if we've got an available garden plot for them. It'd be nice to add jalapenos to our list of available veggies. We got some zinnias, I think these are. I'm not entirely sure. Jasmine's the flower expert. And yeah, this is the greenhouse. Nice little setup. Some more tomatoes. We got a air stone in here that helps to bubble out the chlorine from the city water, because we are in the city here. So not only does it help to bubble out the chlorine, it helps to add some aeration to the water, which is beneficial for the plants. So that's what we got going on here. This is, like I mentioned, one half of Mountain Roots Gardens. And in the town of Durham, which I'll make a video of shortly, we got our other plot, which over there we have 2 garden blocks like this. So about 6 beds, 55 feet long, 30-inch wide. And over there it's garlics, onions, carrots, cabbages, peppers, and cauliflowers. I think that's all. And that's the vegetables that we got going on there. And it's an hour up north, so we've got our drip tape that waters those crops up there, and we visit once a week. Last year I was attending that plot almost every other day, and it was costing thousands and thousands of dollars in gas. So this year we've switched things up, and we've brought one of the hoop houses that was set up over there to our home backyard. And the crops, pardon me, that need more attention, like our tomatoes and cucumbers, we're doing here in our backyard. And the crops that we can go check out once a week, we've gone in the town of Durham. And so far so good. Like for example, cucumbers, if you don't harvest them when they're ripe, they'll send a signal to the plant that it's time to die, and it'll start getting yellow and wilt away. So we need to have daily attention onto our cucumbers, which I've seeded in the middle row here. Will be coming up shortly. Just wanted to give everybody a quick garden update video. Hope everybody's having a great day. I'll do another update shortly, and you'll see this place transform into what it is now, into a tomato jungle. It's going to be crazy in here. Stay tuned, folks. Have a great day.